Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love and Self-Care with Kim. If you have a couple of yoga blocks, grab those. We may need them throughout the practice, and if you don't have them, don't worry about it too much. We can work around it. So I invite you to begin our practice to come down onto your back in Shavasana, final relaxation pose. We'll start there and end there. We won't be here for too long. You can find your way down on to your back. If this doesn't feel good for you and you prefer to sit, then please find a comfortable seated position. You can sit up on something if you like to elevate your hips. Come down onto your back, send your feet wide to the outer corners of your mat, arms out to the sides. Give yourself some space in between the armpits here. You can turn your palms up for receiving, or if you feel like you need some grounding energy, turn the palms to face down. And then just adjust as necessary. Make yourself comfortable here. Allow yourself to turn inward, check in. Notice how you're feeling today. How does your mind feel? How does your body feel? What does your energy level feel like? Let go of all judgment. Just check in to see what's happening for you today. Honor wherever you are. I invite you to bring in the intention to practice self-compassion as you move through your practice today. Be gentle, kind, patient, compassionate with yourself. Check in. Notice any areas of tightness or tension anywhere in your body. If it's possible, allow those areas to soften, to relax their grip. Relax your whole body, your feet, your legs, your hips and pelvis. Relax through your buttocks and your belly. Relax through your low back, your mid back, and your upper back. Relax through your torso, your rib cage, your chest, your collarbones. Relax your shoulders and your arms, your hands and your fingers. Relax your neck and your throat, your jaw. Relax your tongue, the roof of your mouth and your soft palate. Relax the little muscles in your face and the little muscles around your eyes. Soften and separate your eyebrows and open through that third eye space in between your eyebrows. Relax your cheekbones, your temples, your forehead, and your scalp. Relax and open through the crown of your head. Relaxing the whole body. Begin to let your mind relax. And bring your focus to your breath now. Just checking in. No need to alter or change your breath. Just checking in with a natural flow of your breath. How does your breath feel today? Take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through your mouth here. Sigh the breath out through your mouth. Make an audible sigh. Come back to your breath. Now begin to call yourself back to the present moment. Bring the legs together, reach the arms up overhead, reach out through your fingers and your toes, stretching along through the body. Reach up through your right fingers and down through your right toes, and then up through your left fingers, down through your left toes, and reach it all out again, fingers to toes. Let everything relax. And we'll take it into a reclining half moon pose. And reach the arms up along the ears, and you can keep the arms extending up, palms facing in towards each other, or you could bend your elbows and bring the hands to rest on the opposite forearm. And then wiggle your upper body over towards the right side, and then walk your feet over towards the right side. So you're finding some space through the left side of the body. And if you like, you could cross one ankle over the other. You can play around with that and see which one feels better, which one gives you the most opening and space through that left side. Just a few nice deep breaths here. Feeling that space through the left side of the rib cage. And then bring yourself back to center. We'll take it over to the other side. Wiggle the upper body, the head, shoulders, torso over towards the left now, and walk your feet over to the left. And then again, if you like, you could cross one ankle over the other. And bring yourself back to center. Extend the arms out again, reach out through the fingers and the toes, and then we'll draw that right knee in towards the chest, hands around that knee or shin. Release that right leg down to the mat. Now draw that left knee in towards your chest. Hug that knee in. And release. Other side again. Draw that right knee into the chest. Hug it in. And release. Draw that left knee back in towards the chest. And now draw both knees in towards the chest. Curl yourself up into a little ball. Draw your forehead in towards your knees. And then release your feet down to the mat. And then slowly roll yourself over to one side. Use your hands to press yourself up into a comfortable seated position, whatever that feels like for you. You can have the shins crossed here. You could have the legs extended out in front of you or legs wide out to the sides. If you like, you can sit up on something. You want to find a nice upright alignment of your spine. So if you're seated and you notice that your pelvis is rolling back or rounding out through the low back, then definitely sit up on something. Give yourself a little bit of height. Allow the hips to come up a little bit higher than the knees. Find that upright alignment through your spine. And then we'll begin to roll the torso around in circles over to one side and forward, over to the other side and then back. And circle yourself around a few more times. You can make your circles as big or as small as you like, and you take your time here. If you find any areas that feel tight, you want to slow down there and just breathe into those spaces, and feel free to do that. And then we'll switch direction of the circles as you are ready. And then bring yourself back up to your starting point. Take it into some seated cat-cow, hands to the knees or thighs or ankles or shins. And then inhale as you lift up your heart, tilt the pelvis forward a little bit. As you exhale, begin to tilt the pelvis back, round through your back, and drop your chin down towards your chest. So you inhale again, tilt the pelvis forward, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, curl yourself in round the back. Chin to the chest a few more times. Inhaling as you lift, exhaling as you curl in. Finding some mobility through the spine, but being nice and gentle. Never forcing, just allowing your body to open in its own time. And then bring yourself back to center. We'll take the right fingers down underneath the right shoulder. Reach that left arm up along the ear. Wiggle the side waist long. And then we'll gently arch over to the right side. Bring that rib cage up and over the pelvis as you lean over towards the right. And then bring it up to center. Drop the left fingers down. Reach that right arm up. Side body long. And then over towards the left. And then we'll take it over to the other side again. You can begin to move this a little quicker if you like. Or you can keep the pace nice and slow. And then bring yourself back up to center. Let's take it over onto the hands and knees, coming into a table position. Spread your fingers wide. Root down into your fingers, finger pads. Gently rock your hips from side to side. And then bring yourself to center. Now look over towards that right hip. And then bring yourself back through center. Look over towards that left hip. Come back to center. Look over towards that right hip again. Back to center. Look over towards that left hip. Bring yourself to center. We'll move through some cat-cow here. Inhale as you lift the tail, soften the belly, draw the heart forward through your arms and lift your gaze. Exhale as you root down into your fingers, round your back up towards the ceiling, look towards the navel. Inhale again as you soften the belly, heart comes forward. Exhale as you round the back, tailbone drops down towards the mat, chin to the chest. Few more times, you roll through here. You find your pace. And then bring yourself back into a neutral table. Turn yourself to face the long edge of your mat. Grab one of your blocks. Have it handy. You can bring it over towards the left side of your mat. We'll step the right foot out to the right side. You can either turn that right foot so the pinky toe side of the foot is parallel to the end of your mat, or if it feels better, just turn the toes down towards the end of that mat. Walk yourself up so you're standing up on this left knee, foot, shin. Lengthen up through both sides of the body. Reach up through the crown of your head. Take the top of that right hand, back of the hand to that right thigh. Reach that left arm up along the ear. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, gently fold yourself over towards the right. Right hand slides down the leg. Left arm reaches up over the ear. Reach out through those left fingertips. Hug in through the legs. Lift yourself back up to center. Now take that left hand over to the block. Right arm slides up and over that right ear. Let's go back over to the other side again. Right hand comes back to that right thigh. Left arm up over the ear, and you gently fold yourself over to the right. And then back up through center. Left hand moves back to the block. Right arm slides up and over the ear. And a few more times. Again, finding your pace as you just flow it from side to side here. Finding space through both sides of the body. And then bring yourself back up. We'll drop the hands down to the mat. Step your right foot back in. Take your block, move it over to the other side. And then we'll step that left foot down towards the other end of the mat. pinky toe side of the foot parallel to the end of the mat, or you turn the toes out, what feels comfortable for you. Walk yourself up to come up and stand up on this right leg. Take the back of that left hand to the top of that left thigh. Right arm reaches up along the ear. Lengthen up through the side waist and begin to fold it over towards the left. Back up you come, and then take the right hand over to that block. Left arm up over the ear. So you fold it over towards the right side, and then back and forth you go. Folding back over to the left side, and then over to the right. Hand comes back to the block. Left arm up over the ear. And then back up to center. We'll drop the hands back down to the mat. Step that left foot in. And turn to face the top of your mat again. Root down into your fingers. Spread the fingers wide. Tuck your toes under. Press into your hands and glide your hips up and back into a downward dog with the knees bent. We've got a nice long spine here. Press down through the hands. Send the heels down towards the mat. And then slowly walk yourself up to the top of the mat or climb up to the top of the mat. However you need to get there. Lift up your belly off of your thighs. Lengthen it out through the crown of your head. And then soften your knees, fold yourself in, bring the belly back to the thighs, let your head go. You can release your hands down to the mat or grab your elbows. Shake or nod your head, look right or left. Maybe you rock your hips side to side, even sway the arms from side to side. Bring yourself to center. Take your hands to your hips. Press down into your feet. Lift your belly and your heart up off of your thighs and come all the way up to stand. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. And now we'll step the feet out wide. Reach the arms wide. Soften the knees, release the arms down, and now turn the right toes up towards the top of your mat. Keeping both knees bent here, begin to rock yourself from side to side. And then we'll open it into a warrior two. Bend that right knee tracking over the ankle and pressing out towards the pinky toe side of that foot. Root down into that left foot. The pinky toe side of the foot. Feel a lift up through the inner arch of that left foot. And feel the inner legs engage and turn on. We'll reach the arms out to the side. And then release your arms down. Straighten that right leg and turn that right foot in. Soften your knees. We'll turn the left toes towards the other end of the mat and rock yourself back and forth. And then bend that left knee, straighten that right leg, open your arms wide. And then release the arms down, straighten that left leg, turn that foot in, soften the knees again. We'll turn the right toes back towards the other side of the mat. Bend that right knee, straighten that left leg, open up the arms. Line your shoulders up over your hips here. Then we'll take the right hand to that right thigh, left hand to the left hip. Keeping both sides of the body long. Begin to straighten that right leg, fold from that right hip. You're coming into a triangle pose, but keeping the hands where they are. Nice long side body. And then bend that right knee. You bring yourself back into warrior two legs. You can keep the hands where they are. Again, begin to straighten that right leg, pull that right hip back, fold from that right hip. Finding the side bend with the body. And then bend that right knee. Bring that right knee back up over the ankle. One more time. Straighten that right leg. Fold it to the right. And then bend that right knee. Come back into your warrior two legs. Straighten that right leg now. Turn that right foot in. Soften your knees. Turn the toes, left toes to the other end of the mat. Straighten that left leg. Bend that left knee. Straighten that right leg. Open the arms wide. And then left hand to that left thigh, right hand to the right hip. Straighten that left leg, pull the hips back, keeping the sides of the body long as you fold it to the side. And then bend that left knee again. Come back into your warrior two legs. Begin to straighten that left knee, hinge from that left hip, side bend to the left. Coming into your triangle pose without the arms. Just keeping the arms as they are. One more time, bend that left knee back into warrior two legs. And then straighten that left leg. Bend that left knee. And then we'll straighten that left leg, turn that left foot in, arms come wide. Hands to the hips. Step or hop your feet together, coming back to center. Turn to face top of your mat again. Take the arms out to the sides and up. We'll bring the palms together overhead. Soften your knees, pull your hips back. Fold yourself into your ragdoll forward fold. And then bend your knees a lot so that you can get your hands down onto the mat. Step yourself back into downward dog. Feet step back. Press down through the hands. Lift up through the armpits. Descend the heels down towards the mat. And then walk out your dog here. You can bend one knee, press the opposite heel towards the mat. Switch it to the other side. Bend the other knee, press the other heel towards the mat, and then just walk it out here a few times. Lower your knees down to the mat. Take your knees wide. Big toes coming towards each other behind you, and then send your bum back to your heels. As you release your forehead down to the mat, you can make a little pillow with the hands if you like, and rest your forehead on the hands. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right, bring your torso over towards that right knee thigh. And then walk yourself back to center, over to the left side. Bringing the hands over towards the left, and you can play around with the placement of the hands here. Maybe even bring the right hand to rest on top of the left hand. And then walk yourself back to center. Come back up to sit on your heels. Bring the knees in. And then drop over to one hip. Swing your legs around. And now find your way back down onto your back. Extend the legs out. Arms wide. Use props here if you like. You could put a bolster under the knees to give your low back some support. You could bend the knees and bring the feet to the mat here if that feels better. You could cover yourself up if you like. Let everything relax. Spend as much time here in your Shavasana as you like. And then bring one hand to rest on your heart, one hand to rest on your belly. And come back to that intention to show yourself some love and compassion. And release your hands. Slowly roll yourself over to one side. Press yourself up. Come back into a comfortable seated position. Bring your palms together at your heart. Thank you so much for joining me for your practice today. With love and gratitude, namaste.